The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM Software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online, a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users. On demand on iTunes and on YouTube and on my blog, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you can post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not, no retribution, and where you can join my Twitter feed, twitter.com/GaryBaumgarten, to read all the news that you need to know to be an informed citizen of Paltalk in the world. By the way, on my blog, the cutest little baby falcon that was rescued fell off of a church steeple in Queens. The doves, that's right, the birds of peace, were attacking this baby falcon, the bird of prey. Church steeple, bird of prey, that's pretty good, Gary. And somebody rescued him, and he's undergoing treatment. Anyways, the whole story is there on GaryBaumgarten.com with a photo of that falcon's Shana Poonam. And, thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio. We're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I welcome you to the show. Boaz, I know before we get into the story du jour, the Gary Baumgarten peace plan for the Middle East, that there was a story that you wanted to talk about, something about Miley Cyrus turning into a pole dancer, but we're not going to go there. I want to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask those of you in the audience this question as well. How pervasive do you think the drug abuse problem is in the United States? And when I say drug abuse, I'm going to say specifically just for this discussion, even though we know there's a lot of drug abuse involving methamphetamines and heroin and other things, some would say marijuana. What percentage do you think of your friends, your neighbors, your relatives use cocaine, Boaz?
That's a hard question to answer, Gary. I don't know. If the question was more general, like, do you think your neighbors are taking any kind of illegal drugs, I could give you a rough estimated percentage. But to say that whether they're using cocaine or not, I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't answer that question. But
I'm gonna show you right now evidence of cocaine. I'm opening my wallet, and I'm pulling out of my wallet a greenback dollar. 90% of the paper money in the United States of America, 90% of the paper money in the United States of America has cocaine residue on it. 90%. If this is the 10%, here's another greenback dollar. Isn't that amazing? 90%? Doesn't that just blow you away? No pun intended.
That's a very dangerous indication, Gary. Very dangerous. I mean, can you imagine how many pieces of paper, dollars, $20 bills, $10 fives, $100 bills. We know that the most common denominator dollar that's used is the $20 bill. But if you're telling me that 90% of all paperback green money, U.S. dollars, contains the residue of cocaine, then I will tell you, then I can answer your question and say that this drug abuse is completely out of control.
I would think so. Okay, now to this story of the day. Gary Baumgarten's plan for the Middle East. Let's review, Boaz, some of the stories that are breaking today involving the Middle East. Hosni Mubarak was at the White House. He walks out of the White House, and what does he say? He says warm and fuzzy things about Bibi Netanyahu and the state of Israel. What's going on with that?
I would be very apprehensive about anything that Hosni Mubarak, president of Egypt, that he would say positively about Israel, given that this long-lasting peace or absence of war between Egypt and Israel has been anything but peaceful. I think that the indications that Mubarak is talking positively about Israel might actually have something to do with Iran, and the fact that Israel is presenting itself as a barrier to the Iranian nuclear or upcoming nuclear threat. That's a possibility. It is also possible that after Hosni Mubarak's visit to the United States, where he spoke to the president, that there may be a measure of reverse engineering here, where President Obama is being hard-edged to Israel, and Mubarak is being soft-edged to Israel. Given, I guess you could call it a game of words, Gary, but to what end and to what purpose, it's all speculation, really.
Let me get down to another story here involving Israel that broke today. The foreign minister, Oren, today said that there are no plans by Israel to attack Iran. In fact, it's not even being contemplated.
Well, first of all, the proof in the pudding that such an attack that may come is the fact that Israel has already exercised militarily over the Mediterranean Sea, and by sailing one of its Dolphin-class military submarines through the Suez Canal is more than enough evidence to show that they are getting ready for something. So that to look at that statement, a statement may have been made just to perhaps appease the world temporarily, that Israel is not in this military mode to attack Iran. All the more to suggest, by the way, Gary, that if such an attack comes, it'll be by complete surprise.
So far I brought up two issues involving the Middle East. First one, Mubarak, you question his veracity, and then Oren, the Israeli, you question his.
Well, I always question the veracity of leaders. Come on. We look at the patterns of the past. I mean, you could go all the way back to the 6 Day War. Did Israel